If you have driven to the west side recently, you have probably noticed the new animal overpass stretching over Interstate 90. We brought you an update on this project last week.
But a number of you posted on the KREM 2 Facebook page saying you are skeptical it will be a good use of tax dollars. You wonder if animals will really know to use the overpass instead of just crossing the road. KREM 2's Rob Harris set out to verify.
Yeah, so growing up in Colorado and Wyoming, I've seen these implemented before, and I will say that my family has definitely wondered out loud as we've driven through them if animals really know to use them and if it ends up cutting down on collisions. So as Washington State continues construction on its own wildlife overpass, we set out to verify. To verify, I turned to reports from the Colorado Department of Transportation and the Federal Highway Administration. While this wildlife crossing bridge on I-90 is a new project, the concept itself is actually not all that new, which is good for us because it means we can turn to data. The first question, do animals actually end up using these crossings? In other states, they have. The Colorado Department of Transportation says that after installing overpasses and underpasses along its Highway 9, it saw success rates between 82 and 98% of different animals using the crossings. Which brings us to question 2. Do these structures effectively reduce collisions with animals on the road? And I'm sure you can guess where this is going. The data, again, says yes. For example, the Federal Highway Administration highlights an example in Canada where a combination of fencing, underpasses, and overpasses for animals have cut roadkill numbers by as much as 96% for some species. The FHWA says other states have adopted these for this same reason, including Montana and Florida. So yes, we can verify the wildlife crossing overpasses are effective at preventing collisions with animals. Now, it probably goes without saying that these, while they're effective, they're not magic. So it also depends on some other factors, like placing them in spots that are highly traveled by animals and using appropriate fencing to funnel animals to them. So WashDOT says it has studied animal migration patterns in the area to determine the location of this construction project, and the fencing will be a part of the project as well. Brittany, Jen.
Rob, thank you so much. And that has been in the works now for some time. It's nice to see that it's finally getting completed here and getting put to use.
And I think, digging into this a little bit more, it sort of gives people who aren't familiar with them a little better idea of what their purpose really is. And it's not just to give animals a nice little spot to cross the highway. It's really for protection of drivers.
Oh man, my mom, especially, she just hit a deer. Actually, the car next to her hit a deer and it flew up on her windshield. So I mean, it has a ripple effect here. In that case, it maybe would have prevented the collision for 2 different drivers.
True.
So good to see that that's being put to use here.